Welcome everyone to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Summer Co-op 2025 featuring Bingo featured on Final Fantasy IV All. I'm your host Darkmoon EX, joined in the booth by Franklin RN.
By
How is it
Franklin
going?
RN.
Hey, how
Uh,
are you doing?
It's been a week. I jumped in as emergency crew.
I
But
know.
we're gonna have fun. I finished my test faster than I thought.
It's gonna be fine. Don't worry. It's gonna be just fine. No worries whatsoever.
Yeah,
All
FFR
right.
has been pretty great this summer.
So we are just starting in on the race right now. We're about to drop
we
gate, but we
have
want to
some
explain what's
interesting
going on. You will see here we have two teams playing against each other with a bingo board in the middle. That is because they are playing both co-op and bingo at the same time. They will be sharing items. They will be exploring around the world together. Mobile Suit Gedlav of Fizzlebeef and Danny on the right. Newt Kids on the block, Shumbabi and Luffy on the left. And they will also have to complete bingo boards while they're collecting all the items they need to get into Topher and kill Chaos. They are not allowed to kill Chaos, or whatever is sitting at the Chaos spot, which won't necessarily be Chaos, until they have completed all 25 of these bingo tiles in a blackout game of bingo. Franklin, you want to tell us about the blursings we've got going on today?
Yeah, we got some very interesting blursings. The primary one is the thief has dual wield knives and hurt undead, which means that if we have a fun dead, you definitely want to have thief. And it has a malice of not being able to wear the pro ring. Some people really like the pro ring, some people just sell it. So depending on who you are, that can be a big downside or a small downside. The fighter resists just about everything except for elemental damage, and has +2 magic defense per level, and -30 HP. So it's going to be starting out rather weak, but it will be able to resist a lot of things without a ribbon. If it finds the dragon armor, then it will basically have a ribbon, and it will have more magic defense than a non-promoted black belt. So it's going to be very strong. Our red mage has a lot of strength, but... Oh, and is that additional vitality?
Yeah, I think that's just an error on my
Yeah.
image. I'll fix that 1 second. You go ahead.
So we have a bit more of a tanky red mage this time around. And to go with that theme, it has lost a bit of maximum magic points. So it's a bit more of a melee this time around than a caster. White mage has hurt dragon, probably won't matter, but what will matter is that it has tele magic. That is huge because this is entrant shuffle. It also has Maza cast sleep as a curse, but we probably aren't going to be seeing the white mage swing the Maza anyways. The black mage has learn slow plus absorb, which, if you can get it, is a huge amount of absorb that adds, and it makes up for the black mage not having much armor to speak of. Starts with clean magic, which can be pretty bad, or it can have life in it, because it's all the status cure magics. And the downside, or malice to taking the black mage, is that it has less magic defense per level. So it will be extra vulnerable to magic attacks. If you get your ribbon, you want to put it on your black mage ASAP.
Yeah, it's not going to be quite as good at resisting those spells, especially death spells. So we are on the move and rolling. Looks like all our players are essentially synced up right now. We've got just a dragon spot here, a Cardia Island at Canaria with some experience. That experience is nice. You're level 1, you get 6,000. Your party's going to be like level 5, I think, somewhere around there.
Yeah, you skip the trouble of having your fighter with 1 HP.
Exactly. That's not much of a malice anymore. Cure 4, Ice 3, Confuse. Those are nice. I didn't actually look too much at the bingo board yet. I don't see a carry tile, but still. You have to kill her. Oh, successfully confused carry up at the top. So that's nice to have that right out of the gate.
I also want to point out that the runners start with an opal bracelet. It's rolled down a slight bit, but that is huge to have that armor right away.
Oh, and
I also
Wall.
want to point out that... Oh, yeah, Wall is also there.
Wall's really
Very
nice.
strong level 1 magic.
It's great. Like, I'd feel comfortable wandering around the world right now. I'd feel more comfortable if I was still in the tournament, but sadly I'm not. No, but as you were touching upon, the players are going to start with a selection of armor for their armor and weapons. Sometimes you can get something really good like the opal bracelet or a katana or something like that, and you don't even have to worry about it. So that opal is really nice to find. Slap it on your thief or fighter or whoever you have up front, and you're pretty good for a little while.
I also want to bring attention to the fact that Take One None is part of the bingo board. Both teams have one runner that has taken a none.
Yep.
With bingo, you usually do not want to take a none, but if you're forced to, then you got to.
Yeah, you got to. I do also see we have a fighter to level 25, a black mage to level 25, and a thief to level 25, so you can see that between the two parties, they've managed to take those characters because they're forced to. Not that I think, honestly, any of those were a hard no for a party anyway in this flag set. So we have Titans here at the Topher, which, if you're looking at Fizzle screen, you'll notice, has derpy eyes on it, because that's our derpy Topher. It's great. So good. Googly eyes on everything, please. And you'll also notice, as they're exploring around the world, we have entrance but not floor shuffle. So when they find a dungeon, they're going to find the top of the dungeon, like they have here for Ordeals over at Matoya, and they'll know the whole of the dungeon is there, and they can explore it. No floor shuffle, no having to worry what's on floor 2. They know every location the second they look at it. French Vanilla Northwest. It is nice to find Northwest, because when we have the crown, that's going to be handy. So, French Vanilla Northwest isn't bad, just moved up one location to Dwarves. And a Cardia at
Speaking
Northwest.
of nice things...
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of nice things, Provoca is Elfland, which is one of the best places to get early on because it has 2 levels of low-level magic.
And we have the herb
Exit
here.
and Harm 4.
So that's the
Found the herb.
That's the Cardia Island item that's there. It's shuffled among the various Cardia locations, but we found that, so we have the herb, and don't know where Elf Castle is yet, but usually when you find an item that early in the game, it's indicating you're going to find the entrance it goes to fairly soon.
Level 3 nuke. Dude,
wow.
The magic here is crazy.
Yeah, well, this happens when I roll seeds. They're generally really friendly up front and then get really gross on the backside, so let's all look forward to that. Now, one thing I don't think they've done, but they can do, is they can purchase the item, and then once it sends over to the other player, they can reset out of spending that money, which is helpful. The thing about how co-op shares the items is that it's like a bag of holding in the cloud. So the second you get an item, it's about 7 seconds until it shares to the other player, and then if you die, or they die, or you reset, or whatever, you still get to keep that item. So it's useful. It's very useful.
The king has the ruby, and Canaria Castle is a place that you definitely want to keep track of because you have to come back multiple times.
For
It's
2
at
more
March.
items. Yep. Princess will have it after you kill Garland, and when you get the key, there's an item in the locked area. We do, however, know where Titan is, so having that ruby means that's another entrance we can explore.
Right, and Titans is actually incentivized, which is a little bit of an unusual flag, but it's nice with floor shuffle because it guarantees that Titan's ruby is actually useful. Yeah, it very often is not with entrance shuffle.
Yeah, we get an item, and we get to find out what's at the other end of that entrance, which, depending upon where it goes, could be useful. Or it can go to, like, Ice Cave or something, and at least you know you don't have to check that again. So, Luffy and Danny are basically high-fiving checking ordeals, and it seems like it's not the funnest ordeals. Fizzle is chasing down that ruby. Slightly ahead of Shoom, but only slightly. We have a locked chest in there we may let go of, and there's our canoe. That is huge.
There's the canoe.
Huge. That gives us early exploration for the other side of the continent. Doesn't really get us any further than that, but still, that's a really nice thing to have. Yeah, this box will go down easy for the most part, because 2 ice 3s.
And Canal is found in Ordeals.
Canal in Ordeals. If we only find the ship and we don't find the floater, then that's really nice to have. So far we have neither, so... Ah. Danny exploring around a little further. She may not finish this dungeon, depending upon what else is here. And here's Lefane at Elfland, which... It's nice to have this, because we have to do the slab-to-slab translation turn-in at some point when we can speak Lupa Lupa land. But more importantly, for those that are new to this randomizer, you will see we have the Lefenian Superstore here on the side. Instead of just level 8 magic, every single shop, except the level 7 shops at Gaia, are available here in a walking plaza. So you can buy basically all the magic you need whenever you come visit here. It's great. Most of white magic isn't fun past level 4, except for Fade at level 8, which is also gross. Level 2 is skippable. We know that level 3 has Lightning 3, and level 4 had Nuke, you said. Also Lock. Lock is nice. In the randomizer, Lock and Lock 2 always hit, and they have the same effect against bosses. So if you find one, you don't need to purchase the other, effectively, because you only ever really use it on bosses. Now,
although we are in one of the very special cases where we have
True.
alt final boss.
True.
So it is actually useful for that one use case to have Lock 2 over Lock.
That is true, and I don't tend to think of that, but you are correct. Temper at level 7 is gross. Now, Shum is going over to Volcano. I didn't happen to see if he checked Crescent Lake location to see what's there, but he does find Topher at Volcano. So that's going to mean that if Luffy is still over near Marsh Cave at some point, he could do the... No, Luffy can't because he hasn't fought the princess. See, this is the thing that I always remember is like, oh, I killed Princess, go check her. No, wait, you can't because you haven't done that yet. Right. Right.
Yeah.
It does...
Rescuing Princess Sarah does not go through the co-op script.
It's not an item that shares on the cloud, but shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be? Honestly, I should suggest that to the devs at some point. Sea Snacks, we've got Ice and Lightning 3 and Nuke. This shouldn't be too bad. Snacks. So Fizzle is coming along. And this is Volcano? No, this is still Topher. That's right. It just looks like Volcano because we're at Volcano location. The joy of the randomizer. Those are beefy Crocs.
And remember that there are 3 loose items. I think we found one of them already. But
I don't recall that, but it's possible.
I think it was the Canal and Ordeals, unless that's a randomized incentive.
Isn't Ordeals incentivized? I can check. Hold on. The joy of having been in this before, I have notes for all this. Uno momento. And Ordeals is randomized. Is incentive, but randomized in the spot, so that's not a loose. That is actually the incentive canal. So.
Okay. And there are no loose and non-incentive locations, which pushes them to places that are non-incentivized, which includes the Toph chests.
Yep. Which is why you saw Shumbabi checking them.
Yeah. And the mistake that's easy to make in Entrance Shuffle is to go and grab those chests before saving Sarah, which is a surefire way to forget to save Sarah altogether.
But something else to bear in mind is that our best equipment is hitting behind locked chests, locked and monstered chests specifically. So if you see a box with an X, that means there's a monster in it. And if you're looking for loose and you happen to skip the X chests, you might skip over loose incentivized gear that's floating around, and then you'll never find the incentive. So it's a case of balancing speed versus power when you're exploring these things. Because as soon as you know what the 3 loose are, you can stop checking a lot of dungeons except for the incentive ones. Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
4 plus 5 is pretty big.
That is hot. And it's actually something they might want to keep around, just in case they end up with the Kraken Pack as the end boss, because that'll work really well against him.
And I want to point out, some of our runners, like Luffy, has filled out their inventory with cheap items in order to look at what the item is without triggering the encounter.
Yeah, that's a trick that some players will do, is like buy a bunch of little daggers or cloths or something that are super cheap, and you can do that early. Spend a little time doing that, and you save a lot of time not having to fight every monster box. Now, Fizzle does this different than I do. I think a lot of people do. I like to go in and check the little hairpin chest on the right, the side pin, and then I'll check the hairpins on the left before resetting out of the dungeon because it's an easy walk to do back in. I'm not actually certain if that saves time or not, but it certainly saves aggravation of dealing with the hairpins. So I figure peace of mind is nice. Anything to make my life easier. So, Shum is going back, and we can see what's at the princess. She has the bottle.
The bottle.
We haven't found the bridge yet, and we haven't found Gaia. So we don't actually know what's going on there just yet. We have found Melmond, though. And Melmond and Lefane indicates to me that if we find the slabs sometime soon, we're going to be doing that turn in right quick.
Oh, temper shirt in the hairpins.
See, that is... So I wouldn't reset out of that. That's actually really nice.
Especially with how high
Level
temper
7?
Level is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want to see level 7.
That is a huge find.
It is. Now, the problem is, when they were searching Black Magic, and I might have missed it, I didn't see Fast. So... Fast may be level 7 at Gaia. Would lead me
Must
to...
be level 8 at Gaia. Which is nasty thought.
Yeah, that'd be gross. So that leads me to think, you know, I hope I find a fast item somewhere. For those that are sitting there going, I don't remember if temper or fast items in the game, that's because our item magic is also randomized in this flag set. Pretty much in Final Fantasy Randomizer, if you can randomize it, there's a flag for it.
And if there isn't, then all you need to do is bring attention to it, and someone will make it randomizable.
Like a year and a half ago, we had the dumb idea of making alternate fiends for the game, borrowing bosses from other games, and now our collection is up to like almost 200 different bosses that could potentially show up depending upon the flag set. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt and say Lord Fizzlebeef has found a Masamune +5 in the armory in the volcano room.
Wow.
Danny finds a Lit 2 staff in the Toph chests.
Yeah, that Masa's
Luffy
really
is
nice.
about to find the Masa in armory, I think.
I think so. Thing is, that Coral Sword for Fizzle can still go on the Red Mage. It's not great, but he does have some bonus strength, so it might be worth... Ouch. So we have slimes with... or mucks with nuke. That's disgusting. Anyway, so that Coral Sword could go on the Red Mage, because you're absolutely putting that Masa, that beef stick Masa, on that fighter and just letting him go to town. Fizzle going back
and
to
the
the
Red Mage
temperature.
does have more strength in this seed.
Yep. Still not going to hit very well, but going to hit okay. Fizzle going back for that temper shirt because he definitely wants that. You'll notice that when they find these trapped encounters, they're going to get the same battle RNG every time. That's because we have set RNG on in the game for this flag set. So certain encounters are always going to behave the same way. They're going to attack you the same way. When you attack, you're going to attack them the same way, depending upon the slot you're in. So you can kind of plan and strategize your encounters. Mazza +5. Mazza +5.
Yeah, items like the Masamune are not shared through the co-op script, but because of how valuable they are, you're definitely telling your partner to go and find them so that they can pick that up, which is what Shumbobby has just done.
Absolutely. You know, I just realized I have not been tracking like I'm supposed to, so that's on me. I am so sorry. I told you when I went into this before we started playing, or watching, I was like, I'm gonna get absorbed into everything and totally forget to track anything. And I did.
Thankfully, I've been on top of my tracking game, because usually the same thing happens to me.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Franklin here jumped in at the last second to help us out with this, because we were a little short on volunteers tonight, and I was expecting to do everything myself, and that would have gone horribly. So thank you so much, Franklin, for jumping in on this. It's greatly appreciated. So we have Confuse, and they're here at Volcano. Would not be surprised if one of the players at least attempts to confuse carry. Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
set
it'll go
RNG
well.
makes this very interesting because
Yeah.
you have to think about which slot you're casting Confuse from and which turn you're doing it, because it does affect the RNG.
Absolutely.
You need to keep track of it. You don't want to end up like a previous team has with casting Cake on Lich in the first 2 turns in the same slot over and over and not actually getting new rolls. There's the key, which is
Loose.
a huge find.
That is not loose, that is random in Volcano, because this is incentivized. So that's yet another loose that we haven't found yet. But it is really nice to find that, because, you know, as you said, Canaria Locked is available, and they're gonna... I think that's actually going to make it so that Fizzle only has to check Canaria a second time, whereas Luffy and Shum will have to go there 3 times. There's our key. Oh, you got it for me, thank you. I appreciate it. I guess it's easy, because right now they're kind of all going to the same locations, because we're linearly stuck here right now. Yeah.
The key is the best item to get early on in this kind of situation where there's loose items and it's entrance shuffle, because you can check the locked places as you go.
Yes.
There's the crown. That's probably the chain that will lead to everything.
Yeah, Northwest should probably...
Opal armor.
Northwest will likely give us our ship, because I don't think there's pretty much anywhere else that could provide that right now, and that's our access out. If we got the floater, for example, we still wouldn't have a ship to apply it to, because in this flag set, airboat is on, so you have to have ship and floater to actually be able to fly around. Airboat, one of those many things that's been added to the randomizer over time, basically turns the ship into the FF5 airship. So you can go up and down on the water, and it's really cool. One day our devs might actually program in a submarine that you can go underwater with, and I keep pushing for that, but they aren't listening to me.
Okay, Shum Bobby is going up against Carrie for our first fight.
Yep.
Orbs are extremely valuable because they increase your experience by a lot, and they are shared. We are attempting to confuse Carrie.
Yeah, he's already swinging for like 400 damage right there, so he's definitely going to try this. Unfortunately, he only has... Ouch! He only has... Oh, good. Here. He only has the 1 black mage. He didn't take a red mage. So he's having to actually, like, figure out if this slot's going to work or not. Carrie getting confused is a 25% chance. And if he fails, he basically has to dive again or leave it to Luffy to do it later. Apparently, Woobear saying that you like Opal armor. There's our TNT from Astos. Pop. I got that one. Woo. And Fizzle's going in as well. He's got 2 black magic casters, so he might have a better chance of pulling this off. So, first round, seems like a no. Try him for second round. And Shum Bobby has... I guess he reset
Fizzle
out...
Beef is getting the same RNG that Shum Bobby is, and has the same slot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think because it was level 1 Confuse, and... Ouch, poison damage, gross. It was level 1 Confuse, and... there were so many good spells at... Oh, no, he did take Confuse, he just doesn't have any more charges of it. That sucks. Looks like he's gonna go for the kill.
Yeah, even if you can't get the tile right away, your partner can come back later for the tile, and just getting the orb greatly increases your EXP gain and is worth it. Woobear pointing out that you could also try for the successfully confused Carrie at on the second slot, the Fiend 2 slot that you'll see in Topher. It's a low percentage chance. I think it's only like 8 or 16, somewhere around there. It's not as good as the slot 1, but they might try that there, or have Danny do it later if she wants. Zenobium pointing out, in the Northwest Castle Locked, we have a bridge, and it's loose, and it is, I believe, this is a loose item for us. I know normally the bridge doesn't count for much, but I think in the case of a loose it does, although someone better at this game can probably point that out to me. Oh, we have Bridge to Lafine, so it's useful.
Yeah, it is definitely useful, but I was more worried about the loose. But yes, Bridge to Lafane could also lead to Gaia, which could be the bottle turning could lead to something important for us as well. There's a lot that we need to worry about. A whole lot.
Yeah, taking a look at our tiles, we have that friendly square, which requires you to check both the Earth and the Sea TFCs.
Yes, friendly.
Although you do not have to. You do not have to go to TFC North and Sea, only the locked room, which is not that bad this time around because we have the key.
Yeah.
When I was still in the tournament, I had to go back to it after finding the key near the end.
Fun when that happens, isn't it? But yeah, there is a gross room off to the side of Earth 3 that we tend to call Earth TFC, as a namesake for the Sea TFC, which is the crescent room chest that's on the mermaid side leading down to mermaids, which is one of the few chests that's actually locked in the game post when you actually need to use the key. For some reason, they used the wrong door on that room, and so it's the C locked, and it just kind of exists, so we call it TFC for that quote-unquote friendly chest. You can fill in the word you want to use there. Woo Bear prompting us to explain TFC after I did. It's okay. Thank you, Woo Bear. Much appreciated. Our runners are still pretty much neck and neck. I want to say Fizzle killed Carrie, because he was fighting her anyway, so we'll blight that for right now, and then I can check his menu later if he doesn't go too fast. And the bottle leads to the ship.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh, and we're about to find our Crescent Lake item.
Yep. Which I'm sure our other team will get to soon enough as well. Yep. Chime.
The chime. And we have... So, we won't see a chime bonk from the Nuke Kids.
Nope. And they've already done their bottle turn as well, so we'll do that. And there's Ice. Ice is loose. Ice is not an incentivized location in this flag set. So you can tell Luffy is sitting there going, Do I really want to do this? Is this what I'm doing right now?
I mean, Telemagic makes it a lot less bad.
It makes it somewhat less bad.
And out of all the places that can have loose, it's one... That French toast chest.
I love that from Martin Broadcloak. That's great. Mmm, delicious. Drizzle some maple syrup on there. Oh, so good.
No, the C in TFC doesn't stand for chest. It stands for chocolate.
Mmm. FFR always eventually devolves into food chat. Alrighty, so Fizzle walking his way around. With that ship. Yes.
The air dungeon is at Ordeal's location, which is a very important information. Shumbabi has found the Sarda, that's what it's called, and gets the crystal.
And they found the tail somewhere, but I missed where that was. But they're starting to get just a little bit of a lead on the items, even if the other team is keeping up with their tiles so far. More or less.
And you see this sandwich?
Yep.
Behind it is a katana +2.
Which is nice. Pretty sure that Luffy has a thief right there.
That's huge. The floater has been found at Matoya.
Oof. That's a loose.
And Oxyale.
And Oxyale. Wow. Okay. Well, they're getting close to being done with all the items they need. They still are looking at needing the cube and the loot, and then they're good to go. And they have items they haven't been able to turn in yet, too. Triple fudge chocolate chest.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Now that most of the important items have been collected, I think we should turn our attention to some of the other objective bingo items that we'll have to do.
Yeah, there's a few different things. Go for it.
We have She's Cold as Ice, which is one I've done. It's not too bad because you have to step on every damage tile in Ice Cave. It's only one floor, but it's very annoying.
Mm-hmm. There's that floater. Oxyale.
I really like the Talk to 9 Mermaids option.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty self-explanatory. Bubbles will probably be one of them. And a Vorpal +2, we were finding all of the good weapons.
We are. And it's getting to the point now where you're going to start sitting there going, I don't care so much about these anymore. Most of these aren't too big a deal. But yeah.
At this rate, the Vorpal is going to get put on the Red Wizard.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we have Talk to 9 Mermaids, Talk to 10 Bats in Mars, Talk to 10 Bats in Earth, 2 different tiles, and in all cases, those need to be different mermaids and bats. You can't just, like, enter in and talk to the same 2 or 3 over and over again, because they will respawn. You gotta talk to different ones. So you only get to talk to Bubbles once. Danny has found the water cave. What am I on? Waterfall.
And Lord Fizzlebeef is touching all of the ice. Luffy finds the adamant in Cardia.
There you go.
Which Cardia's incentivized, but it's also weird with the
It is.
loose locations.
Yeah,
So it can have the incentive and then it'll loose in a different Cardia.
It technically counts as 3 different dungeons, even though the loose can randomize between the 3 locations. It's very strange. So Fizzle
that's
looks...
a good question. What are the timers at?
Oh, thank you for reminding me, because I totally didn't activate them because I'm bad at this game. Hold on one second. I will get that queued up.
Oh, we found dwarves. And it's got the loot. And there's lots of loose potential items here in Dwarf Locked.
There we go.
And the
Timer's
Saber
going.
Bonk at TNT turn-in.
So yeah, Blue Bear saying in chat that you should get an extra point if you talk to mermaids 9 times, or Bubbles 9 times. You know, you're on the Fall League committee. And I think Franklin is too. If you guys want to plant a tile, drink 9 cans of soda.
We're still deciding if we really want to do the whole bonus things, but 9 cans of soda.
9 cans of soda.
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a time waster, but if it's worth, like, 2 points, it might just be worth it.
You know that Bubble Soda Co's going for it.
Mm-hmm. They'd have to. Absolutely would have to.
Oh, I didn't see what the robot gave us. But we'll see it when Lord Fizzlebeef receives the items through co-op.
Yeah, I missed it too.
Unless it was just a gear item.
Which it could be.
Those waters just sent out crack. Oh no.
That's not fair. We can't use crack on them. They shouldn't be able to use it on us. Excal plus 4.
And it gives the Excal plus 4. Yeah. We're just finding all of the elite gear.
Well, okay then. Hey there, Phoenix. Welcome to chat. Trance spiders. Ambushing trance spiders. That's disgusting.
And combined with set RNG.
Thankfully, that fighter is immune.
Right, fighter is immune to everything except for elemental damage, which it can wear armor to protect against. There is our adamants that will turn into the loot for Danny.
Yeah, so we're really just down to worrying about Cube and then our end game. Cause
Luffy also now gets hit by crack from the water and is down to only the red mage, I think.
Oof.
Or that might be the fighter.
Oof. Now, I will point out we found Dwarf Cave, but we didn't, while we were there, take care of the Talk to 7 Dwarves in Dwarf Cave. So that's something we're going to have to go back and do later. And for those curious what Destiny is, Destiny is take 5 consecutive fights in a row on the Bridge of Destiny. You gotta kill all the enemies there, so that means if you find Warmech, you gotta kill the Warmech. If you find back-to-back Warmechs, you gotta kill all of them.
Dwarves can see in the dark. Luffy has now taken care of talking to 7 dwarves.
Perfect. There we go. Meanwhile, a lot of the ice cave chests are getting taken care of by Fizzle and Danny.
Oh, I think it was the slab, which just got translated by Danny that we missed earlier from the robot.
Okay. Cool. Easy peasy. And if they've turned that in, there we go, exclamation point, perfect.
We found our pirates and Bicky.
And we'll get to see what their item is.
And Danny buys the tail out of the store for her team.
Perfect. The cube!
It's the cube!
Huge! So, Luffy and Shum are in technical go mode. They still have to complete their tiles. They still have to kill the 4 fiends. But at least as far as key items are concerned, they have everything. Oh, no, never mind. I just realized they don't have the rod. My eyes were not seeing that initially. They are not in go mode yet. They are still missing an item.
Marsh Cave at Waterfall location.
They do need that.
And
They
it's the Roostic at the turn-in for the slab.
Well, that's nice. I mean, they act... Honestly,
Yeah.
even though it's not listed on the tracker, that is kind of a necessary item, because the bosses in this flag set are gross. A little bit of communication happening there with Fizzle and Danny, because Fizzle's paused. There we go. Fizzle taking the grand tour of Mirage. Gotta walk around the outside instead of taking the shortcut through the middle.
Meanwhile, Shumbobby does the talk to bats. Or actually, no, because it has to be an Earth Cave, not Marsh. Never mind.
No, there's 2 different ones. There's right below, or right above is the one for March, too.
Oh, it's got both?
There's both, yeah. This one has both. There's a lot of... 4 of the tiles on this board
It does say that.
Yeah. 4 of the titles on this board are talking. Just blabbing to everyone. So, defining gross in this flag set, the bosses are scaled, I believe, to up to 300%, clamped 100 to 300%, so they will be exceptionally gross. Most of the time, they're going to be somewhere around 200% or more. They're going to hit like trucks, they're going to just be very evasive. Like, Lich is never going to be bad, because Lich's stats are never bad anyway, but the deeper you get into that dungeon, the worse they're going to be, and the end boss, whatever it may happen to be, is going to have stats scaled largely based on that area and whatever the Topher fiends were based at. So, as Woobear points out, one winning time in this flag set was over 2 hours, even though we anticipate the flag should take, with Bingo Board, hour 20 to hour 30. So that could just tell you sometimes how bad these bosses can be. And a lot of that's because the ult final boss can be really disgusting depending upon what shows up.
And sometimes the set RNG can be really disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these can be a problem. At least with set RNG, you know how the fiends are going to fight every time. So if it's disgusting
and you can figure out...
Yeah.
You can sometimes figure out a cheeky brack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one...
That will work consistently.
One race I did where my partner Zeno mentioned that, like, Kraken hit the 3rd slot, which was usually a white mage there, on the very first round, and just leveled it. So when I took out that boss, I put my very well armored fighter in the 3rd slot, and when he got punched, he didn't get leveled. So that's kind of the strategy you can take with set RNG. You just kind of know how the fights are going to go. Oh yeah, I've seen that too, Phoenix, where you know that Tia can be bracked. So you just keep bracking Tia every time you have to fight her. It's great.
Oh yeah, because Tia can show up in the Hall of Dragons. There's our rod in incentivized Marsh.
I don't expect that's going to be too hard for Danny and Fizzle to get to, because they have to come to Marsh anyway and clear stuff out, so they're talk to bats. They're not going to ignore it. And actually, here's Fizzle right now doing the bats. So yeah, so that's going to help put them closer to technical go mode, while Shum and Luffy are, as I was saying before, now in technical go mode. They have everything they need to technically finish the game. Whether or not they decide to do that, like, or check for more item. Actually, they have all the items. So yeah, I mean, they've 100% of this flag set at this point. Good for them. They just gotta do the board.
Something that we need to watch out for are grind tiles, because there are lots of grinding involved bingo objectives, and also the bosses just require you to grind your party up, especially if you have a nun.
So yeah, like, you see that we have all these tiles that say grind this character up to 25. I expect them to go higher than that. Like, most of the time when we were doing Topher dives, it seemed like if you weren't going to at least 35, you're gonna run into some problems. So, Shum taking care of saving in a lake north of Waterfall. Going back.
That is my favorite tile.
And it's convenient because its Marsh Cave is right here, so I'm sure Fizzle's gonna do the exact same thing once he's done there. Quick bit of saving. Or healing, I mean.
I think we will be seeing many more orbs lit very soon.
Xeno commenting that the scaling for the bingo tiles was not designed with the boss scaling in mind here, and that is entirely true. These are tiles that we've carried from one event to the next over time. There's that rod for Fizzle. And it just so happens that in this particular flag set, because co-op usually has grody flags, we didn't actually, like, take level 25 into account when we designed the bosses. Now, there can be tiles that say take a character to 30 or 40 or 50, so that does take into account, but those are rarer than the 25s.
TFC has a ribbon +2. The tile is useful.
Lovely.
It's that fantastic chest.
For once!
That has the ribbon.
Final Fantasy Randomizer coming in with a raid of 8. Thank you guys for coming on over. Welcome to Final Fantasy for All, doing a Final Fantasy Randomizer co-op race. We're glad to have you.
I think Lord Fizzlebeef is currently trying to find zombies to kill for that tile.
Yeah. They should be on this floor somewhere if they'd ever show up. Oh, we don't want that. That's a nuke muck. Nope. Ribbon +2 does translate to triple fudge cake for that chest. Yes, it does.
We still haven't seen what the Earth chest is.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is one of the few locations where we can really get these zombies, especially in packs on their own. We could try Ice Cave, we could try around Earth Cave, but, like, this is the best place to get them because they're nice and low level. They just happen to be hiding right now. Danny, meanwhile, is taking on Kraken. We had to check chests on Kraken 2 floor, which she hasn't marked off yet, but she might after she's done here. She may be focused. That appears to be the only Kraken tile we have, is the floor. And Fizzle decides not to continue with those zombies. They just aren't showing up, which is fair. Did save in the lake. He's good to go there. And Kraken 1 is marked off as well, so yeah, we are good to go on that dungeon. Still need to find that cube. For their side. Danny's starting to hit up.
Still, neither team has gone back to confuse carry, so it is possible that they've just decided to do it to carry 2 instead.
Do it last. Or just do it last. I think Danny still has to do that, yeah.
Do it last is definitely still an option.
Yeah, because if she's not getting confused the first few times, more charges will help. More levels will help just for survivability. It's just smart in general. It makes sense. Woobear saying the chance of doing on carry 2 isn't too bad. With the MDEF not being too high, it might be a 16% chance. I know some of the bosses are like that. Danny going around and guillotining dwarves. there's the loot for them. I guess they didn't have it before, or Danny just double-checked it. She did need to talk to a dwarf, so that's fair. Slowly clearing out, getting those dwarves taken care of. She just needs, I think, like one more. And the Saber Bonk. That's lovely. It's a nice
Is Lord
piece.
Fizzlebeef grinding gas dragons in the Hall of Dragons?
Wouldn't surprise me. That's a great fight if he can take it.
I think he's been on Gasties for the past few minutes, and I
possible.
haven't seen him walk around, but I think that's how it's been.
He's got the firepower for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and 4 Gasties is like the best you can do in terms of formations for EXP.
Now, he might just be going for
is.
He might just be doing the 20 fibers right now just to get them. That might be all that he's really concerned with for there. Certainly, it's one of those things where he doesn't want to do too much grinding yet if he can get away with it, because our EXP is percentage-based per orb, so the more that he can get, the better off he is.
Doing overworld grinds can be very nice because of the set RNG. If you can find a formation that has a set way to win quickly every time, you can just do the same thing over and over. It's very quick.
So long as there's not a huge hero run at the start of the encounter table, which I don't think there is in this seed.
Yeah, the best encounter tables are the ones that have multiple encounters right off the hard reset, because then you can easily manipulate around them, and you can grind with them.
There's the Black Mage taken care of.
Lord Fizzlebeef is now promoting.
Well, and yeah, if he doesn't do more of a grind until after he's promoted, he'll get more spell charges on his fighter as well, so he may have been waiting on that. It's strategy. You strategize the way you can.
Yeah. Bringing a better weapon for the Red Wizard to swing, because the Red Wizard might have to swing every once in a while, extra little bits of damage.
Doesn't look like Fizzle grabbed that opal armor. Adjusts his gear, gets him done. Gonna warp out? No, gonna walk out. That is risky if he gets a Tia fight here. Because Tia can show up in the Hall of Dragons as a random encounter. And it doesn't count towards lighting that orb. So you're just fighting them for the sake of fighting them. Now, I will note, I did have a Tia show up first encounter at Hall of Dragons on one seed. And I had a Brack Axe. And she could be bracked first turn before anything else happened. And I was sorely tempted to do a Tia 1 grind.
It happened in one of my seats as well, but it also happens right before a multi-green dragon tile or Gasty, so it wasn't worth it.
I mean, that's one of those ones where I'd be like, if it's fast and you can do it immediately, just do the one into the other or something. Why not, you know? But still,
I think that's what we ended up opting for.
Yeah. Still, the abusing time where you're like, a Tia grind doesn't sound that bad. Runners are keeping up pretty well with each other tile-wise. The only issue is that Mobile Suit has not found that cube, and that cube is absolutely required. I believe that was a turn-in that they have to do that they haven't done yet. Naturally, we don't have more than the two of us doing this, and I don't think we've been taking notes, so I can't remember where that cube is. Oh god, Danny, Mucks are gross. And they have trance. Oh, that's lovely. Yep, there goes that party. So, let's not do that tile again. Just disgusting. Luffy going in for that carry 2 fight, gonna see if he can confuse them. He does have a ninja, maybe it's possible. Also has to do all the rooms on... no, that's not... It's carry 2 chests, not carry 1.
Carry 2 chests.
Yeah.
I got the carry room chests, or rooms, so many times.
Confuse on slot 1. That's a no. Confuse again.
Danny gets some nice EXP from a Big Eye NC Shrine.
I don't see a successfully confused get lit, but he is taking the fight.
I think it must have been... Oh, I guess not.
Don't see the tile getting lit, so I'm guessing he did not confuse her. We may be going for carry 2. Nope, never mind. I see it got lit now. There we go. Okay. I was just a little slow. Cool. So second slot, or first slot, second round is a successful confuse. That's actually really big for them, too.
Oshunbabi has finally found a ton of zombies.
Oof. But how deep into the encounter table was that, is the question. I mean, that was 8. Oh, that's over on second floor. Okay. Yeah, you're just taking...
it's just 67 gold. The other TFC was not fantastic.
Nope, but that gives them the 2. Assuming Shum has checked both. Because that's another thing to bear in mind. If Luffy checks one of the rooms, and Shum checks the other, that does not count for lighting the tile. One player has to do all the requirements for the tile.
Okay, the square has been lit.
Perfect. Yep, there it goes. And the 10 bats in earth. New kids are slowly taking up a little bit of a lead here. It's not unbearable, but they have managed to do a little more than Mobile Suit has done. Oh, looks like they actually have gotten the cube and we missed it. Perfect. Because they are past where the cube block is, so we're good to go.
And now we can do Destiny and get that air orb.
Mm-hmm.
Carry 2 chests deserve more love. I think the carry 2 chests are best off in short Topher.
I would agree with that. We only have mid Topher here. That's not so bad. Mid Topher removes the upper floors of the dungeon as you go down, and all you get are the Fiend floors and Chaos. So it's not the worst dungeon to explore. It's not as fast as short Topher, but it's still better than it could be. So Fizzle has to fight.
Okay,
these...
we are at... Oh yeah, we are at Destiny.
So you can see Fizzle's actually lining up to take out as many of these as he can. A little bit of a walk and grind while he's here. These aren't bad fights to take. But of course we get the ever-famous Final Fantasy special. Kill all but one, have to waste an extra charge. Lovely. Naocho.
Junbabi is taking on Lich. It took a full 700 damage from that X-Cal and didn't die.
Woo! Chonky. So that gets them their Earth Orb.
That means it could have rolled really high, or it's been buffed by the Fun Dead.
Mm-hmm. That is true. But because Lich can be one of the packs, the Fun Dead pack is 2 Liches, 2 Lich 2s, and...
Oh, it's 2 Lich 2s.
It's Lich 2s. 2 Lich 2s and Wraiths? Not Wraiths.
Phantoms?
Phantom, thank you. I was listing random undead. The Liches get buffed, so one of the things you can pay attention to when you're diving for... I think it's Lich 2 that you have to pay attention to specifically is just how much damage it takes. If you see it take a lot, then you know you've got Fun Dead at the bottom. Fizzle's still trying to get Destiny taken care of. Looks like it's lit now, so maybe he's just grinding?
A fun fact about that fighter encounter, they're in the middle of the screen because the formation is of type too large with then smaller enemies to the side.
One of those quirks you
and
wouldn't
there just
notice.
aren't any large ones there.
Yep.
And the corresponding encounter for that is Warbeck,
Those,
the A-side version of the encounter.
Yep, those fun quirks of Final Fantasy 1 and all of Nasir's programming from back in the day. Yeah, the whole idea of A-sides and B-sides, there used to be A and B encounters that were linked in the random... I mean, they are in vanilla, but technically they're broken apart in the randomizer because our devs are awesome. But that was why in the early days of the randomizer, and Fizzle has killed Tia fairly easily, you would have certain encounters that were unrunnable on both the A sides and the B sides because they were linked, and one unrunnable had to be unrunnable on the other side. And because certain tiles were tied to or certain fights were tied to bosses, they always had to be unrunnable on the other side. It's weird. Thankfully, our devs figured out how to fix that, and that's no longer the case in the randomizer.
It would have been really weird if we had to memorize that one encounter was unrunnable. Well, so that means if we see another encounter, we don't bother running or go straight into...
That was one of those things way back in 2017 when the randomizer was first made. You had to memorize what encounters were unrunnable or not. Thankfully, within the first year, the devs figured out how to put in a run versus wait command, so that if it was an unrunnable, it would tell you had to wait instead of running, which you'll see now when they fight bosses or other things. So that at least informed you of it. But yeah, the first year or two, you just memorized. So
wait instead of run is the best quality of life.
Oh, it's great. You don't have to memorize the table anymore. Mechlin Vanilla Run with no wait. We did technically do the Tournament of Champions last year, and that had classic flags in it, but I think we did turn on quality of lives like run for wait and so forth, so it technically wasn't the same, but yeah. But yeah, having to remember that wizards were unrunnable because the Wind Wizard tile in Marsh was unrunnable because it was quote-unquote a boss fight. That whatever was on the other side of the Pirates tile was unrunnable. There's a lot of weird quirks. Like I think Frost Giant Frost Wolves is unrunnable as I'm running through the list in my head. These are factoids that I no longer need, so I can't remember what all of them were anymore. But funny. Danny going in to do the confusing now.
I think Lord Fizzlebeef is looking for zombies outside of Earth Cave location.
Yeah, if Danny gets
found a different... Oh.
No, you go ahead.
Found a shadows, but wrong kind of undead.
Wrong kind. Yeah, if Danny takes care of the confuse, and Fizzle gets the zombies, they are way back in this game at this point. And they have, like, weirdly, they haven't talked to the mermaids yet, or at least they haven't lit it. So that's something that, like, hopefully they'll take care of soon, but still. Danny still having that character in the 4th slot. Has more charges now, but still, oof. We know it's not going to land first turn. I think we know it's not going to land second turn. She's starting to think, what is she going to do next? Oh, and she doesn't have Confuse on the Red Mage. So, actually putting in damage against Carrie, which is interesting. So she may not do the Confuse here. Seems like they're not going to bother. Okay. Fizzle has stopped for a second, and his stream went down. I will... Okay, I will see if I can get that back. Hold on one second. Bring them back up. Yes, thank you, Twitch, for your weird loading music. We do not need that. Technical difficulties, everyone. Please stand by. And...
In the meanwhile, Shumbabi has come back to Lafine to get spells on the promoted characters. Oh, and to grab the... I think it was a Rue Stick? Yeah, grab the Rue Stick.
So, if you'll bear with me for 1 second, I'm trying to get them back, but while that's going on, let's switch to Luffy's music. Okay.
Danny getting all the extra spells. The stream fizzled out. Haha, Phoenix.
Boo! Still trying to
Fast
get
is
it
level
back.
5. I didn't notice that before. Not bad.
Hoping Fizzle comes back soon. It is stuck on loading, unfortunately. Twitch. Come on, Twitch.
It's gone dark. He's having mooner difficulties.
Boo! Boo to all of you.
Zero Frost, that pun is so good and I didn't notice it at first. Shumbobby's party took a little bit of a beating from the spike tile going into Sky, but is now going and grabbing the items. Oh, the dragon armor. Directed to go there, most likely. Yeah, with the power of dragon armor, that knight will be able to resist everything with no ribbon. Oh, and Luffy's grinding the Saria tile in, or not Ordeals, that's the Northwest Castle spike tile.
Okay. I see in the bingo room that Fizzle has killed the zombies. We will hopefully actually see that here.
Yay, we got Fizzle back!
Yay! We're gonna stick with Luffy's music, though, because I'm lazy and don't want to switch. So okay, so right now, because of the fact that they have Destiny and Black Mage set up, they are tied on tiles with Shum and Luffy. They still gotta do the mermaids, which I'm honestly surprised they didn't do at the time. Oh, and they have the Sarias here. Maybe Fizzle's about to go do merms. Looks like. And then they still also have to do Thief on Gedlav's side, which this fight soon should take care of for Fizzle and Danny. Oh, okay. She has the... Oh, one more level for the Thief. Okay, cool. She just checked. Perfect. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. It's...
Oh, Shumbobby finds another ribbon inside of Sky.
Yeah, so that's gonna put them one ribbon ahead, I believe. But they do also have
Is
walls.
that called the Sparkle Pack?
Yeah, the Twilight Sparkle Pack. I think. Or no, that's the Vampires Whiz Vamps. Because it's all vampires. Boo, Phoenix. I am not reading your pun off. Franklin can read your pun, but I am not reading your pun.
If Gedlav doesn't get going, they're gonna be Saria.
That wasn't an invitation. Ugh.
Well, you shouldn't have brought my attention to it.
I know. He's happy we read it. Bleh. Alright, Fizzle's taking worms. Oh, that's the ribbon tile for them. He went back for that while he was there, and that was huge EXP. We're not reading it again, Phoenix. Luffy doing his grind. Looks like Danny's got her 25. Fizzle's gonna go do merms.
Phoenix, I'm not gonna read it a second time. If it's gonna be read again, Dark Moon has to do it.
And that's never happening. Well, I won't say never, never. Because if Phoenix went and donated to the Rando Marathon charity drive, which is still technically ongoing right now, I would read the pun then. I may have an agreement with him for that. $5 puns.
Bobby has found Tiamat, has finished the Destiny. Or it hasn't been marked yet.
He'll probably get it once he exits. I saw him do that the last time
Yeah.
when he lit some other stuff. He'll wait until he's, like, in the air and can just kind of let his game play while he's marking stuff. So.
No need to provide the most up-to-date information to your opponents.
Well, and we saw it, so we're not worried about it. You're supposed to, like, courtesy-wise light it within some point of doing it, but we all have forgotten from time to time and go and light it later, so. Shu apparently has not done the 5 fights yet, so that's why it's not lit. Do you need to save for that square or anything? Woobear, do you mean for the fights? I don't think you have to save the fights if you didn't want to, technically.
Well, Luffy's gonna be getting the tile and grinding at the same time with all 4 orbs boosting EXP.
Woobear, I don't think you have to do the 5 fights and then save it if you don't want to, because strictly speaking, you're getting a huge experience bonus if you do fight it, so all you're doing is flushing that experience away after taking the time to do it. So. Like, you're penalizing yourself that way.
I want to draw attention to the fact that Lord Fizzlebeef has found very nice blue steak.
Blue steak. Best
with
kind
a very
of
nice
steak.
texture.
Yeah, I don't think it was on a reset.
And just incidentally, it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, when you're out about the town and you find a really nice steakhouse, you don't want to pass it up. You grab a bite to eat while you're going, you know? You gotta refuel. Danny is just sitting here killing lizards all day long. Shoom's now doing those 5 encounters. Cool, thank you, Chanigan. Woobear, please tell me you don't actually mean well done with extra ketchup, because I thought I liked you as a person.
Something interesting about Bridge of Destiny room is that you can get encounters inside of Tiamat's room if you step off of the path.
Yeah, it's
although for the tile, it does say to do it on the bridge.
On the bridge itself.
So
yeah.
Yeah,
the Tia
and
thing
if we know something about Shum isn't going to risk...
No, he is stickler for the language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, because the other 3 bosses, you can get encounters in their room straight on the path to the boss. Like, so, we are very particular about making sure that if the boss fight's really bad, heal up afterwards, because you don't want to get leveled by a fight immediately afterwards. But Tia's room is not like that. You can get encounters if you step off the straight path, but as long as you're going to Crystal and then to Warp Tile right afterwards, you can't get encounters in her room. So it's just a weird quirk of coding for that floor. Like, you'll hear us say a lot when we're talking about FFR, there's a weird quirk of coding for X, and that's just because that's how that goes. Fizzle like, I'll just buy 30 tails, that's fine.
It's the fastest way to spend all the money.
He did it! That was hilarious. He actually ends up buying 5, and that's the tile, but well done, Fizzle, for remembering that price and doing it.
Hey, and I think it's a lot easier to carry a ton of tails than it is to carry a bunch of houses.
Yep. Okay, so all they have left on their board is to do the carry 3, or the carry 2 3 chests. So, Fizzle and Danny have taken just a little bit of a lead here, tile-wise. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually in the lead, because I don't know how far either of them are going to grind or when they're going to go into Topher. We're in that weird quasi-zone where we've got to figure it out. Although, Danny is now leaving, so she seems like she's done with her grind. And I want to say that Fizzle was at, like, mid to high 30s by the time he was done just walking around and taking care of tiles, so he may be done too. We'll find out soon.
We're gonna go and grabbing the Saber Bonk.
Yep.
We're gonna have an epic Topher showdown neck to neck, and the runners know it because they can see the tiles, and that the only one that isn't checked is the one that requires you to be in Topher. Luffy is doing that.
Alright, so yeah,
Luffy grabbing the boxes on carry floor. Katana +2!
Shum hasn't lit the tile, but his Black Mage, we're being told, is it.
Yeah. Everyone has made it to Topher. They're trying to zap. Trying to zap Lich is an interesting strategy. Set RNG makes it actually worth trying, because if you find something early on, then you can just do it over and over.
Yep. Yeah, and Woo Bear pointing out in chat the Mazda +5 and the X-Cal +4. We also have a Coral +5. Like, so depending upon the boss fight you're doing, could be pretty epic.
And the Thief has Hurt Undead, so if it's holding either Katana or the Masa, it's gonna be getting so much extra damage from those hits. Carrie has a nuclear.
So I did remind them in the bingo room to make sure they light their tiles. They haven't lit the Black Mage tile, but we know they have it, so hopefully they do that soon, because that's something they need to make sure the other team knows they've done. Yeah, levels are key for this, and the Gedlav definitely ground a lot, and we know that depending upon the final boss fight, those levels can be key. Oh, Luffy missed a free tile there. He didn't walk in front of that door. Like that door in the middle. I am super picky about routing, okay? It's the only way I have any chance at all in this game.
Yeah, I know that if I end up on a team with Dark Moon for like Fall League or something, I am going to have perfect routing by the end of it.
You will. I have made maps about this. I am particular about this. Do not doubt me on this. Yeah, and I noticed Shum took the left path, which on Mid-Topher is actually not the fast path, because there are shortcuts here. It is, I think we measured 8 tiles shorter to go the right path than the left path. And when we're talking frames and tiles, every single tile counts. So, meanwhile, Fizzle and Danny have not lit the 3 carry 2 floor chests. Although I'm assuming they've done that. Or they're doing it right now. Okay, cool. There it is.
Yeah, so bingo board completely completed.
Should be for both of them, but they have... For some reason... They haven't lit the Black Mage tile on Nuke Kid's side. I'll have to check their sprites again to make sure on that one. Maybe Shum doesn't have 25 on the Black Mage. Chat's saying they have it, though, so... I've reminded them. I'm hoping they light it at some point. Okay, he is level 29. Just needs him to light it, because... I mean, it's not like we're gonna stop the fight or something, but I might remind them in chat again to do it.
Hey, we're seeing our first fight up against Tia. And Tia falls. The parties have been leveled up pretty high.
I sent them a message again, whether or not they're going to notice. I mean, they're deep in the fights right now. They may not be looking at the bingo room anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both neck and neck going through Topher.
Oof.
We're going to have an epic final boss fight.
Luffy just lost his White Mage. That's going to hurt. Danny, meanwhile, has lost her Black Mage.
And Tiamat nukes Shum out.
Ouch. Well,
Luffy is about to show us who the alt's final boss is, though.
he is level 20s, so... Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Fun Dead.
Yep. So, here's that thing we were talking about earlier, for those that missed the intro. The thief has hurt undead and dual-wield with a knife, and I believe that knife can be put in the offhand and used with a katana, although the people in chat that know better than I am, because I've not seen that blursing very often, can let me know. Hurt undead on that thief with dual-wield and undead is amazing. He is going to be doing a lot of damage against Fundead. Assuming the whoever has the thief can get the thief down there, that's going to be fantastic. Unfortunately, Danny's lost their ninja, so I'm not certain if they have life and if they can get that ninja back up. But she wants to if she can.
Beef doesn't even have a ninja.
Well, he had to take a nun, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Luffy decided he wanted dual wielding and said, "Oh, the nuclears, ouch!"
But it is dual wielding 2 katanas, which is awesome, because we found the extra katana in Toph carry rooms.
So he's down to just his fighter. He is rused up, and he's down to just 1 Lich now. And Lich is punching. You want to see a punchy Lich. Cure 4. Oh, ouch.
Cure 4!
Okay, what else does it have? It has Stop, which didn't land. Should have this soon, because even a buffed Lich is not going to have that much health. Come on. Ink's not going to do anything. Okay, so that's a G for Luffy.
Shum has gone back to grind
Saria's... He's gotta. Okay, so Luffy is good. We're gonna switch music back
Danny
over
coming up against the Fundead and informing their team for the first time. And is getting in with only 2 characters up.
Yeah, unfortunately, her thief died early, and she may find this very difficult to do. Although already they're missing and not hitting for much, so that's what you want to see on that fighter. Unfortunately, we do know there's at least 1 nuclear in that... Oh, she got a zap on the...
What?
Oh!
That's huge.
That is huge! Well done! Now, unfortunately, that nuclear is really bad!
And unfortunately, the zap isn't getting any of the phantoms.
And we know that Lich is going to punch through soon. Got a Cure 4. Hope that Cure 4 lands. Oh!
It did not happen. He got crit.
Crit through the defense. Ouch! Ouch. Scarsor rating with a party of 3. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Raiders. You are in for a spicy one. Shumbabi got nuked out of Topher. He is now grinding again, trying to get his party up. Meanwhile, Fizzle and Danny are working on getting there through. If Shum gets his grind done and is able to get through before Fizzle and Danny are able to get through, then their team wins. So this is a close one.
And Danny figured out how to zap one of the Liches in the Fundead.
3rd slot, Red Mage first turn kills, I think, one of the 2 Lich 2s. So, what they need to do is do that, and then just somehow manage to keep more of their party alive. Oh, hey, look at that! Black Mage has life too, so if you can keep Black Mage alive, you can have some life too.
Yeah, I was wondering what that clean magic was. I never got to look at it.
Ouch. I hope Fighter has life too, because... Oh, nope, he resets out. That's fair. Yeah, Danny got bounced out by a crit through max evade Lich, and that was rough. Okay, so Mechlin, the set RNG, and the zap only hitting one of the 2 Liches. Each of the Liches is going to have its own resist, so it's like with the party, how depending upon what slot you're in, you're not going to get hit by the same spells. Like, your fighter might, or your character in slot 1 might get zapped, but your slot 2 character does not. It's the same thing for the monsters. Consider that Lich at the top was slot 1, the Lich at the bottom was slot 2, and so on through the party. So one could get zapped, but the other couldn't.
It's good to remember that the set RNG has different RNG for each formation, and not necessarily the same enemy in different formations.
Yeah. So they're gonna always be able to zap that Lich 1 at the top. No, bottom. It's the bottom Lich that got zapped.
Yeah, it's the bottom one.
But then I think they pretty much have to concern themselves with just working from there. I think Fizzle's grinding. Interesting.
Oh yeah, Toph grind.
Yeah, he does love the Toph grind. And he doesn't want to go deal with the Sarias, which, fair. But we know there's a hero run deep in this set, so... I mean, at the same time, he did get worms. So, worth it. Thing is... Shum also has a nun. So, or does he? Does he not? Does he not take the nun? Thought he had the nun. Maybe I'm mistaken. No, PS4 Prime members, ignore everything I was about to say. Yeah, we have a discussion going on about the various final boss fights. Snake Pit, which is 2 different Tias and a bunch of snakes from the game, is actually a Tia 1 and a Tia 2. We have the Sahagin Wagon, which is a Kraken 1 and a Kraken 2, plus some Sahagins. But the Fun Dead Pack is strictly 2 Lich 2s. Not a Lich 1 and a Lich 2, 2 Lich 2s. So, you're going to get different ways that the spells work on them than you would for Snake Pit or Sahagin Wagon.
Wow, that fighter had 1100 damage on that Lich with the Maza swing. Very
Beefy.
nice.
Very beefy.
Dude, that fighter has the power to resist anything with the help of dragon armor, and also has +5 magic defense per level.
Yeah, it's fantastic. He is really chonky. There's that nuclear. Thankfully that didn't kill everyone. And Carrie dead. So...
Shum is coming to finish out the nuke kids with the second G.
Well, he's on the water area. Danny is a little ahead, I believe. Yeah. She's taking on Tia. Fizzle is
Lord
right
Fizzlebeef
behind.
Yeah.
But now we're going to get to see, like, I think they came in at the same encounter table. Or he's just a little behind on encounter table. But now we're going to see, like, which one is faster here, because...
Yeah, and Shum Bobby took a slightly less optimal way around, so Lord Fizzlebeef gains a little bit of time.
I mean, he gained almost like 5 seconds or so there. It was pretty good. He just... Yeah, there you go. Cool. Black Mage has life too because of the Blursings. I guess Red Mage couldn't learn it. Or something, I don't know. I'll be honest, I didn't entirely pay attention to where all the slots were for the magic this time around. There's a lot to watch.
Bingo has so many things.
So many.
And co-op.
He has the Black Mage... Oh. Come on. You gotta... Yeah, he had to do that. There we go. Good. Life 2's up. That's good. Oh! Good dodge. There we go. We're back to it now.
On Shum Bobby's side, the White Mage got off the Cure 4 on self in time.
Good.
And then Kraken hit it and completely wiped it anyways.
Oh, well, that's just gross. Thanks, game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like, it's possible. Don't get me wrong, it's possible. But I'm really worried about the odds of this fight, you know? Not only do we have to get through Tia, which is not fun, But we then have to worry about that undead fun pack, which is gross on its own no matter what.
And Shum doesn't know about the zap.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we got through Kraken. We're moving the red mage around. Okay, we're good there. We're going into Tia. Cool. Danny is now in the Fun Dead pack. Swing Temperoos. Unfortunately, Danny didn't have the Zap to cast this time.
Yeah.
She is, however, rusing up a bunch. I think she might be max evade now. Yeah, now she's going to start
and
buffing.
now Saber time.
Yeah, and we know that because of the dragon armor plus the defense... Oh, Shum bounced again. Because of the Saber, the natural defenses plus the dragon armor, Wow! What was that? Was that a death touch or something? Another crit. Oh my god! What is this game? That was massive, because her character was like up over 600 health. You wouldn't expect a single crit against the defended fighter to do that, but oof. Yeah, she needs to have her party survive long enough to get off a couple nukes. I think that's what it is.
Hey, Lord Fizzlebeef using the zap. Whoa! First turn zap gets the upper lit. Or...
I think that was... No, there we go. Second turn gets the second.
Yeah, zap
and 3
both
phantoms.
of them if you zap consecutively. Woo! That's crazy. Whoa.
Oh, wow. So as long as you have 2 characters survive with zap, you're pretty good. Now, of course, you just need to actually survive the phantoms, which is its own challenge.
Oh, and even if... Yeah, Shum doesn't have the second black...
Yeah, and he also
Or
just doesn't
red
know
mage.
about zaps at all, because Loof didn't
Shum
try
doesn't
it.
know about it.
No.
Yeah, so I want to give the advantage to Fizzlebeef and Danny now.
Okay,
Because that is very huge intel.
Fizzle is waiting for Danny for something. Maybe they're chatting right now. I think they're probably discussing the zaps, and I mean, it's not like he's wasting time right now. I think he's comfortable that he's probably gonna do this. Just needs to get his nukes. Just get your... Why are you still zapping?
Throwing out an extra zap.
I mean, I guess it was worth a shot, but I don't know. I just want these things dead as fast as possible. Okay, one more. We should have this.
And get your G's out in chat.
G for Fizzle.
Or Lord Fizzlebeef.
That is a pink plus... Oh, there we go. And you got the final time. Thank you. I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, now I cannot use Danny's audio. Don't even ask me to. Danny has... You know, usually we ask for safe audio in chat. Danny specifically stated she has dangerous audio today, as she normally does. So, yeah, no. It is far from G-rated, Mechlin. That's funny.
Unsafe audio? You mean fun-safe audio?
Right?
Yeah, Shum, Bobby, and Danny... almost lockstep fighting Kraken. So this could still come down very close.
Oh, yeah, no, like... Depending upon what how it goes for Shum Bobby and what's going on, this could be very close. Like, the fact that Danny is struggling with this is worrisome, I would say.
But we do know that if Danny makes it to the Fun Dead with the needed party members, it's going to be over very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Danny, we just need you to make sure that Red Mage survives. Okay, Danny,
No!
we just need you to make sure you have, like, life or life 2 on your fighter. Which I don't think she does. Oh, ouch.
Okay, Shumbabi, how are you doing?
Oh, she's grinding. Oh, no. I mean, I can't say I blame her necessarily for this, but we know she has the levels to get through it, because Fizzle did. So, she's just getting, like, bad positioning, I think, is the problem. Does she not have the katana on the Red Mage? Or the ninja? That's...
Shumbabi also... Oh, Shumbabi also just lost both mages.
Mm.
And I don't see reviving going on. So I don't know if the fighter has life.
No, if you don't have the mages, you don't have life. That's why Danny reset out. Because there's just basically no chance. And the thing is, getting rid of those liches is huge. Two liches and the Phantom. Because, like, there's no nuclear going on at that point. The Phantoms just seem punchy. Yeah, and as Shanigan notes, Shum might get kicked out because of crits through max evade. I think that's likely. Between the nuclears that the liches have and the crits, that's a huge problem right there.
The Thief is dodging a decent amount without ruses, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, we say that.
At least he got the first nuke out.
Did. Fortunately, we've got nukes to worry about, and we have crits through max evade. There's one of the nukes. I think we've seen the fighter in a couple different positions, and unfortunately, like, it's bad. And we know that, like, the liches will crit too. So, like, he's max evaded, but this is harsh. But we also did see that Luffy was able to get through with a fighter in the, it was top slot, wasn't it? I can't remember.
I think it was second slot.
Okay, this is looking... Oh, and he's got Cure 4, too. This is looking doable. Yeah, especially if the liches do that. I think he's got a chance. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm with Phoenix on this one. I think he's got this.
I don't want to commentator curse. I know better.
Lich gets off fast. There's a nuclear. Fighter is doing huge amounts of damage.
But yeah, with those Cure 4s, there's a very solid chance now.
Lich 1 falls.
Zoom. GG.
That is it.
That's a heartbreaker right there.
The status of the co-op channel that Danny and Lord Fizzlebeef is in is an unfathomable number of swear words.
Oh, I'm sure. And they've got to feel terrible about this because that was like third or fourth die for Danny, and she's got the levels. She's just getting the bad set RNG here and can't seem to get through, unfortunately. I guess we can get our winners in if they are in the broadcast waiting for us. They are welcome to come join us in waiting whenever they're ready. I assume they have the stream open at this point, so.
And Shoombobby has joined the broadcast waiting room.
I'll drag him down. GG Shoom.
Thank you, guys. My partner had to walk away after that for a second, but
I have no doubt. I don't know if he told you what was going on, but like Fizzle managed to zap both Liches and one of the Phantoms on his first turn, which you guys didn't know could happen. But unfortunately, Danny just keeps getting the runaround by Topher, so she hasn't been able to get there yet.
because that first turn zap would absolutely have leveled it.
Yeah, it completely rebalances the fight. It's amazing. But, like, just, they know it, and she can't get there. But hey, for you guys right here, how did you feel? That, like, you went in low, quote-unquote, being mid-20s, and then got bounced a couple times. What was your headspace like?
So, knowing that Luffy got through in mid-30s, I'm going... He's going, oh, there's a hit on slot 1, there's a nuke here, it's like, no big deal, you'll make it through, and I'm like, I'm dying. Every time you're telling me I'm going to make it through, I'm dying to something, so
yeah,
I knew levels were going to come into play, and that Fizzle definitely would have those levels. It was really a race against Danny and hoping, I mean, pretty much knowing she's not taking a white mage and hoping that it's nasty enough that you need one.
Yeah. And
Hi, Luffy.
Kind of was.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, were you watching that stream at all after you finished? No, you can't. You're not legally allowed to.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
no.
legal. I was looking at my desk with my hands cupped above my baseball cap, trying to give my partner any sign of encouragement I could. 'Cause I had no business getting through that Fun Dead pack. Zero.
He remained remarkably calm given all the circumstances.
So, if you had 2 black casters in the bottom 2 slots, you could zap both Liches and one of the Phantoms.
That's hilarious.
In the first 2 turns.
In first
What's
turn,
black magic,
yeah.
though? What's black magic? I don't have black magic. I have
but yeah, it was like, we saw that happen with Fizzle, and we're like, oh my god, that's amazing. But unfortunately, well, Danny just keeps getting stuffed right now, so we're hopeful she can get through on this dive. But yeah, these last couple bosses do not play.
Yeah, they're pretty rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially. Kraken was... I mean, he detonated my white mage, but overall was, like, kind of not bad. He was what you'd expect, but this Tia was definitely nasty.
Yeah, no, it seems like they're very, very absorby, very evasive, and just hit like trucks. Yeah. So, what was your plan going in with this bingo board here? Because this was an odd one. A lot of talking.
It was definitely interesting. We have kind of a plan when we see a board that looks like this, so I knew that I was taking the nun. He knew that he was doing some of the other things that I couldn't do in that case. So we practiced this enough, and we played together enough where we can kind of make it work. But like I know when I see there's a nun on there, like, all right, that's fine, I'll do it.
I would say with all the grinding and all the basic make work tiles that weren't too bad, and all the talking, this was probably one of the kinder boards that we've seen.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
A lot worse, yeah.
It's a lot of simple time waste. It's not really, like, do anything meaningful.
Yeah, no, it is. That's true. This was a lot of time wasting. Aside from the grinding, which you don't mind to do anyway. You're going to do it to begin with.
Right, 25 is hardly a grind, right? Like, if you see
Exactly.
a take to 40, take to 50 tile, it's okay. Now we have time to think about what's going on.
Yeah.
But, as I was telling Luffy, like, right before we were Topher ready, I'm like, this is collapsing a little too quickly for my liking, because I knew I was going to bounce out of Topher at that level.
Well, I mean, Luffy finished at 112, which in this flag set is almost unheard of. That's crazy fast.
It was, like I said, I had no business getting through that Fun Dead. Like,
Well,
no
once you,
business.
3-person party is the new meta right now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
once you had those,
2-person party's fine.
once you had the Phantoms down, you had it fine, because like Fighter with Cure 4 and Liches that really just wanted to punch, despite the fact that they had spells, wasn't that bad. Okay,
It wasn't.
Let's take a second here, because Danny is actually in here with her party. her full party, and she is going zap, fast, and zap, and we're going to see what happens. So first Lich goes down, as we expected. Should see a Phantom go as well, and that takes care of that. Fast comes off. Phantom punches Red Mage for not a lot. Second zap goes off, and that kills the other Lich. So they're down to 3 Phantoms. Now we're swinging.
Then we just melee them.
Nuke.
Oh, and a little bit of nuke.
Well, Cure 4. And...
I mean, nuke
nuke.
should do it, right?
Yeah, you would think double nuke. Fizzle didn't double nuke. Fizzle was worried about buffing and getting through, but she should know that this should go pretty well at this point.
I think the Phantoms rolled down on a stat line.
Yeah, there's just
so,
two.
too, as far
There's
as HP goes.
just the one Phantom
They very
left.
rarely miss.
Swing and wait. Oof. And she got through. I mean, that was an easy fight the second she could actually get to it. You feel bad. GG's to Danny. So they're welcome to come in as soon as they're ready. I'm just going to throw up the loading screen at this point. So you're...
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Fizzle. GG's.
Hello.
That sucked.
Hello.
GG's.
It was perfectly fine until very, very end. And it wasn't.
What did I
Yeah,
say?
that cracked me too.
What did I say, Franklin? What did I say at the start of this when you're like, oh, this is going to be so easy?
I said that the magic was pretty easy.
I warned people about my seed rolls.
I didn't even have
It was-
magic to seed.
It was fine to like crack
Yeah.
into, and then it was
Yeah.
less fine.
Yeah.
And
So,
even that wasn't. It was fine. It was horrible. I would have been perfectly a-okay 4 dives ago if I just hadn't gotten crit through max evade
Right.
multiple times in a row.
yeah. So,
Just give me turn order. I've got cure 4. Just give me turn order.
so those zaps were
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Sure are.
That made your...
Was that a Hail Mary at the very start, or was that like you
No,
really
but
wanted
that-
to wait to turn on it?
No, you think there's a possibility that's a final boss. You see Zap, you buy it.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
It's amazing. It worked so well. 3 of the 6 just died instantly. It was amazing. So you're down 1. Not that I want to rub salt in the wound.
Yep.
But how are you feeling about this? How are you feeling going into the next? What's your plan?
Do less bad, go
dysfunction.
faster.
Same dysfunction, different day.
I mean, for you guys working like super tired, you were honestly you kind of had a lead on Nuke Kids going into Topher.
I'm gonna give all the props to my partner, I've listened to die a little, literally over the last hour and a half.
A lot.
Oh,
A lot? Because he's been sick all week.
Oh,
So he gets big props for even just making it through the seed today.
Franklin, you
It's
got
fine. I
questions?
play bingo. We're good.
I want to thank Lord Fizzleby for giving us such a great close race tonight. The first question I have is, what do you all think of that fantastic fudge chocolate cake chest?
A what?
We were
The TFC.
TFC. We were coming up with fun names
Oh.
for it. It's delicious.
I-
Actually.
Oh, hilarious.
All I wanted, we had everything done. We knew where all the we had everything in the world, and I was still occasionally opening a box. 'Cause all I wanted was a ribbon. Just wanted a ribbon, and I had to open the box anyway. And then I opened the box, and there was a ribbon, and I was a very happy girl about it. And then almost immediately after that, he's like, "Oh, there's one over in the greater than less for land 2. Double score. I'll be able to get that at some point."
Well, in our defense, we were still looking for a ribbon, so it was just like, all right, well, you got to open TFC. I might as well check these Mirage things, and then we just happened to find both simultaneously. It's like, oh, well, craps. All right, this works.
There was another in the Sky 3 greed check.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
ran right past that.
I
Well,
got the one
why
in
would
TFC.
you?
You told me it was there.
Yeah. So, it is starting to get late, and that seed took longer than it probably should have for everyone. And since Fizzle is dying on the inside and the outside,
A little bit.
let's just start wrapping this up right here and give FF4 all their channel back. Gedlav, unfortunately you were last in the race, but first in our hearts. Final thoughts for the two of you.
You can run a powerful engine on Dayquil.
the sounds of him dying just makes me want to finish faster. I don't know.
Aww. Aww.
I don't know. The boy needs rest. That's what we were aiming for. We weren't trying to win. We were just trying to get Fizzle rest.
Well,
Rest happens when we finish faster.
we're gonna get you some
Wait,
rest very
wait.
soon.
Well, if that's the case, then don't rest. We need you slightly ill tomorrow. You gotta get you
Play better.
You can feel better on Saturday.
I got good news.
I say
I'm
that-
pretty sure this is gonna continue.
Oh.
I say that with all the love. Don't forget that.
New kids. You came in first. Final thoughts.
Are we at least second in your hearts?
I hope so,
You're in
right?
my heart. Don't worry. Luffy's my podcast companion. He's always in my heart.
No, okay. Thank you guys for getting the restream together. Thank you, FF, for all. And yeah, Danny and Fizzle, I was not looking forward to this match, and for good reason.
Yeah.
And we have another one tomorrow, so yay, anxiety.
Luffy.
Again, yeah. Not only am I in your hearts, I'm also in your arteries because we do food reviews. So,
We
it
do!
always
Oh
comes
my God.
back to food here, doesn't it? Like,
Oh, that Domino's. I'm still regretting that decision.
But anyway, again, thank you, FF for all, for letting us hang here. Thank you, crew, for jumping together at the last minute. Thank you, our opponents, for having the stomach to get through it. And I'm sorry you feel sick, and I'm sorry you're gonna probably feel sick tomorrow. But we'll, it's like a family versus family thing with me and Shum versus you two. And it's, I love you guys, but
It's fine. We'll power through.
it'll be fine.
You got
good luck
this.
tomorrow.
Sibling rivalry at its best.
Seriously, 100%.
All right,
But,
Franklin.
Also, I'm going to note thanks to the FF4 people for letting me have subs
Yes.
and everyone who helped with the broadcast tonight. You guys are awesome.
You guys are great. Thank
And all
you for
that-
your channels.
all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Franklin, final thoughts.
That was a very good race. I look forward to watching the next one. I kind of hope that Danny and Lord Fizzlebeef win the next one so that we get a third race.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But
gotta get-
deep down, I am rooting for the Nuke Kids because they are the ones that beat our Headless Chocobros, and it would be really cool if we lost to the team that wins the tournament.
I mean, I'm on Team Badmints, so.
I'm wearing that shirt right now.
Me too.
I wore mine a
five.
couple days ago. It was great. It's in
Thank you,
rotation.
Jay. Thank you, Jay Shy.
Big thank you to Dark Moon for all the restreaming.
Yeah, but
Thanks, guys.
I want to thank you for doing tracking on this and keeping up with it, because clearly I wasn't. All right, well, let's do the spiel and get us all out of here. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, where you can find links to the Discord and the development Discord, as well as the randomizer itself, resources to learn the game, the wiki to teach you all you need to know, and so much more. The Summer Co-op 2025 tournament is going to be ongoing for another week or so, and then I'm sure we've got something else already in the pipe. We've got Speed Gaming Live coming up soon. We've got Fall League coming up soon. It is never a dull moment when you're at Final Fantasy Randomizer, so as always, stay tuned for everything we have going on. Want to thank everyone here in the audience. Want to thank Final Fantasy for all. Still getting used to the name. Want to thank Final Fantasy for all for hosting us. That was great of you to lend us your channel. I'm sure we'll be using it again very soon. And I want to thank everyone here from the community, from our community, from their community for watching. This is Final Fantasy Randomizer saying, we love you guys, and we will see you all next time.